Hey guys, what is up? It's Monday. It's Ladder Leverage Series time. I got a very special guest. Today we got Ultraman, who qualified for Gwent Open. Ultraman, how's it going, buddy?
It's going pretty well, thank you.
All right, so first usually we just go right into the deck, but this is a special, situation here. You actually qualified for Open. This is huge. So just give everybody give us a little bit of a background on you and your card game background and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I've been playing Gwent for what seems to me like an eternity, but actually more like 1.5 years. I've been streaming for the last year on Gwent, so yeah. Maybe even almost 2 years now, because time's going fast. I've been playing before that like 3 years of competitive Hearthstone, and well, I quit the game for many obvious reasons. Everybody quits Hearthstone after sometimes because they're too tilted by the RNG.
Right. Yeah. You ran into too many Yogg Sarons, huh?
Yeah. Life coach just went out of Hearthstone, and was like, "Yo, there is this incredible game that's in closed beta, etc., etc." I was like, "What do you say? What are you saying there?"
Right.
You got me interested, mister.
Right. Yeah, I miss Life Coach. He's just an all around, he just puts off good vibes, I think. I really think he's a good ambassador to whatever game he endorses. So.
No drama,
Right.
good efficiency.
And he's classy. He's very classy. Like some other people, they kind of tear down something. Like Life Coach is just like, hey, it's not for me. If you want to play it, cool, but it's just not for me. He does it the right way. If you're gonna step away from a game, do it classy.
Exactly. No, that's like a role model. Let's be honest.
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man, dude. If you've seen his house, if those aren't your life goals, then you got problems.
I saw that in his vlogs. Yeah. I mean, I've got to win a lot of opens if I want to have that one thing.
All right, so yeah, you've been playing some Hearthstone. Is TLG your first competitive team, and how's it been being a part of TLG?
It's actually not. I've been part of Remake Esport that became Heaven to Give after that, but that's my first international competitive team. The first one was a French one. Mm-hmm. Well, because we were not really. I was not half as far as I was as I am in Gwent in Hearthstone. I was like a decent player, but not a top world. Mm-hmm. So. And that's going pretty well, I have to say. I think we've got a really nice atmosphere in the team. We've got really nice behavior between everybody. I mean, we do not agree every single time, and that must not be the case. That's just how things goes. But there is a lot of respect, and there is a lot of fun, and that's all that counts, actually.
Yeah, I noticed too, you all hop into one channel, and help each other out, give you guys, and like you said, you can't all agree, you know what I mean? You have to have some type of if one person says this thing's no good, if everybody told you that everything was good, you might not learn anything, it's like they might have ran into situations that you haven't. So
exactly,
being part of a team and having a team that's honest with you and that will help you is huge, And I haven't been on TLG very long, but just watching how you guys operate, how you help each other, it's a thing of beauty. I really think it's awesome. All right, next question. Granted, Homecoming's been out for a while, but how do you feel about Homecoming, and what do you think the future of Gwent is as an esport?
Well, I truly liked Homecoming, obviously, because I was one of the early defenders of it. When artifacts were everywhere, and I have to say that was a hard job. That was really difficult.
Yeah.
I love this game. No, artifacts are not gonna stay. Believe me. Please believe me.
Yeah, it was rough when Ethne was just everywhere. It was pretty brutal to play the game. I will say that. But
That's the problem with ranked too, you know, because actually pro rank is everybody playing 4 factions, so at least at some point you're not gonna face 8 every single time. That was even the less played just because people were able to get high scores with it more easily, so they had to play it less. But in ranked, every single people were spamming that.
right, yeah, it was pretty bad, and Shiru made it even worse because even if anything you did get the stick on the board, in the end it was all getting wiped out anyway. So it was like it was just like it was like that false sense of hope. You got I got all these guys, and then all of a sudden Ethne throws out 4 pings in Shiru, and everything's dead, and it's like, oh man, this is brutal.
That was a battle for the last set that you could lose on the first round with 5s. Really, really frustrating.
Right.
But right now, after all these patches, just feel like the game is obviously still not perfect, far from that, let's be honest. But it's actually fun. It's really fun to play. It's interesting. There is a lot of combos. There is a lot of thinking behind every single play you can do. The provision system actually enables a lot of taking, and thus you have to play around a lot of things. You have to be really focused at any point of the game, just because somebody might, I don't know, play him plus Olaf in his deck rather than unicorns, and then you fucked. So
right.
that's so you gotta think about that every single time. That's actually a bit more challenging than before, because deck lists were pretty, I mean, written in the stone, right? They were just
there were so many perfect
impossible to change one thing, and if it was one, it would have been just a card, you know, like would have played Skosh rather than Mandrake, and that stopped there in the beta. There was no really tech shows, and one tech shows would not change 3 or 4 cards like we have now with the provision system.
Right. Yeah, with Skellige, it was the same 6 silvers. It was just like there was nothing changing there. It was just those are your silvers for Skellige. All those other cards don't mean shit.
3 or 4 archetypes, but actually 3 or 4 different cards.
right. Yeah, and then how do you think it's gonna this Open's gonna be like the first official tournament of Homecoming? My favorite thing is like come on the weekend when they have an Open or a Challenger or whatever, man. Like competitive Gwent is where it's at. You got the good casters. You got it's like the best of the best. You get to see everything, and it's just like I hope Homecoming's tournament is just as good as Beta Gwent's, because the tournaments was where it was at. So how do you think it's going to be for esport?
Well, I can say for the events, right, until we see one, but CDPR has always been really, really good with their events, either the Opens or the Challengers that were, I mean, totally crazy. This one in the salt mine.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Deep
nothing
down
can top
underground.
that, dude.
And they got Wi-Fi there, then got the light, the costumes. That's like absolutely crazy.
When they do the vampire expansion, they gotta have one at like Dracula's castle or something, dude. They have to. If they do that, they can just. That's it. They win the esports scene, dude. That's all I can say.
That's actually great. I mean, that was really impressive, and it's even now a bit of pressure. You know, I'm just like, oh my god, there's gonna be interviews. There's gonna be
right. Yeah,
things like this.
It's that
be on camera.
It's that extra mile that they go. Like at the Challenger, they had this big old Skellige village and dudes throwing axes and Ceres is there and everything. It's like other tournaments, you know, they have it in like this little studio where there's this little bar and it's like, yep, okay, play. You know, it's like they put on this big production. They have people singing and everything. It's 10 out of 10 for sure.
That's true.
Yep. All right, last question. Are you ready to be a household name like Colimon, Tailbot, Pro Neo, all these guys that have Hannah-chan, they've all been to these Opens, Freddie Babes. Are you ready to be part of that list? Are you ready for it?
I've got no idea. Can you actually be ready about that? I mean, either you're not or either you're arrogant. So.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, some of them already did not. Does not impress me anymore. Like obviously, Anachan is not playing anymore. Freddy is actually stuck rank 4 or something like this. Triading to get into pro rank, so they're not up to their legends. But then there is the others. There is Pronio, which is a fair opponent in ladder, and I played him so many times that obviously I'm not afraid of him anymore, you know? There is a bit more complicated about Talbot and Calamity.
I was gonna say, dude,
there is a step. Even at this level, there's still steps.
Right.
Little ones, not as big as before, but they just feel like they're really focused, really regular. They're just good at this game. It's not a surprise. It's not something new. It's not. They're just good at this game.
Yeah, and I mean, even too, like you got to look at the qualifier. You know, you might end up even going against some of your teammates. I don't even know how that's going to work out with like Beardy Bog and whatnot, just being in that qualifier.
Hope it does not happen. Last time I faced a teammate, it was in quarterfinals of last qualifier against Radu and Dreda that I lost. Giving her my... Well, basically she had to take on Colemon after, so let's say I did not give her my spot or anything. She earned it.
Right,
the hard way.
It was really cool to see Rado and Drada in that one series. It was just something huge to see, a girl, going up against these guys, and I thought she did really well. I was rooting for her, man. I was like, I want to see this chick just beat everyone's ass.
I was casting that in French, and I think I was totally I lost my impartiality, I was just okay, no, I'm rooting for her. I don't care. Freddy is a moron, and
right. Well, I mean,
don't take that out of context. I love Freddy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. She's awesome, man. She's awesome. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a list of yours on the ladder here. First, we're gonna go through and do an explanation. I just wanted to do a quick little interview here, but we're gonna switch right over to the list and go from there. All right. So here's Ultraman's list. This is the one he's using to do well on the pro ladder. Croc is a pretty great leader. Just go ahead and go through the list and.
Well, basically, this isn't really the unoriginal cry, the the one everybody had at some point. I just took out the commander's own for the Scorch, because in this meta, with the new Guernicura leader and Woodland being as good as ever, Arnulf being really popular. Don't think he's that good, but he's being really popular right now. Well, you've got a lot of bodies for the Scorch. You can line up a lot of them and basically do a better Scorch than you will ever do a whole. Mm-hmm. So that feels pretty good. The professional, same idea. I mean, the simple fact Arnulf is played means you're gonna have 9-point targets. Right. That's really the thing, right? I mean, if you're playing against Arnold, you cannot have less than 12 for 11 points, which is incredible.
Right. Yeah, he sets it up pretty perfect for you.
Exactly. And against Monster again, I mean, with Kra, at the second he's playing the all-speed tip, you've got a 15 points professional, so that's also really good.
Right. Yeah, you got Morkvargan here and the Unicorns. The Unicorns, you still like them after they were somewhat changed.
Yeah, I mean, in this deck, it's kind of hard to have a better 9 points than this. You could play Blue Dream for 10 and another one for 8, but I feel like they're just so strong as cards. They're really good. They're less random than Olaf. That would be a good choice too. It's 8 and 10, so I think you can play them for the Unicorn Chironex every single time you want. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I don't like putting Olaf and Scorch in the same deck because Olaf gets to 15 if you do the combo. So
You're right, yeah, he's Geralt probate right there.
he's Geralt probate, but he also takes your own scores. That's a bit complicated.
Right, that's true too. Harold's always really nice with Croc. You know, if Harold gets taken out, you could still ping your own stuff with. You could still ping your own guys, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
if you have to, and he's pretty good as a card. He's pretty good against some cards, and you've got to play into the mind game because as you can play Scorch or the Commander Zone, the very moment you're playing Harald is the moment your opponent is gonna say, oh, okay, there is a Commander Zone, I'm gonna play around that or anything like this.
Right.
He's not gonna play around Scorch, and you're punishing him right after that.
Right. Now with Darren, which cards do you want to send to the graveyard ideally?
Usually, if there isn't spears in front of me, it's Savage Bear, Bomb Beaver, and Morvag. If there is spears, it is a Marauder, Morvag, and still the Savage Bear because it enables the second one. It depends on your hand.
Right.
But
for the most
usually, yeah. That's those cards, the four proof cards, or the situational one like the Bomb Beaver.
Yeah, and Witchers, you know, Ulfadin. Now, do you find that he always gets value?
Yeah, I mean it's a 7 provision card. I had not a single game where I don't get at least a 6-point card in front of me.
Right.
Because I mean even a 5 card make it 7 for 7. Which is not bad.
Right. Yeah, and then you got your bronzes. You just got one light ship. I love the Scald and Skirmisher combo. It's so
Everybody
good. It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so satisfying for just like to have these 2 bronze cards interact so well and thin your deck at the same time. It just feels really good. And then the Pirate Captains too. They really seem to pretty much always get value with Crack.
They're just so strong. Again, 6 points for 4 provisions, incredible.
Right.
Like the Marauders on Redcon, they're just...
Yeah.
That's your stack of points for bronzes. That's really, really, really valuable.
Yeah, if you got a lot of guys on the board, it might not work out in your favor, but if you play them, you know, like you said, on right after turn, you know, your opponent played a card, it's a pretty satisfying feeling to have these crazy little axe guys coming out and just nuking something for 4 provisions.
Yeah, that's craft strength. I mean, yeah, they're all situational bronzes, and they might be bad, but you don't care because you can discard them if they're. So.
Right. All right. Well, that's the list. We're gonna hop into a game, and we'll see you guys at the end.
So what's in front?
Hensel.
Oh my god.
Peace.
I'm not used to that.
All right.
So okay, so let's be clever. I mean, you could take out the Bomb Beaver, but actually you have Birna and another Skull, so you can discard it if there isn't anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Anselt is known for playing the Summoning Circle in some version of it, so you might want to keep it. I think 2 captain are too much for the beginning end.
Stop there.
Yeah, Vezim is cool. I think you can stop there, yeah.
Now, do you feel like you have to win round 1 with this list?
This'll be quick and painful.
Usually you want to, because it's just easy to do. You have Kra, and Kra is pretty much free round 1 because of all that poke and that enables so many things.
So what do you want to play here?
First step every single time, hit a unit that's not damaged.
Right.
With Kra, and then I think there you can use the boat first, the light ship.
Okay.
Because you want to be able to set up your captain and kill an engine is going to play on the next turn. So don't forget to Kra. Use Kra on some... yeah.
We're going to hit Lambert. We don't like Lambert.
Some personal issue with Lambert. Well, Lambert is a prick, right?
Right. I wonder what
But
he's
you
gonna...
see, this way, you can enable that. Oh my, he's giving it to you. Thank you, Mr. Anselt.
Right.
So, what you can actually do is just use your light chip on the second Eskel, like, yeah, on the second Witcher, and you've got a free pirate captain into Vest. So
Do we play it on melee still, or it doesn't really matter?
always on melee against Northern Realm because they've got this trebuchet in French. I don't know is it in English, but
No, that's what it is. It's the same.
incredible, incredible. Whoa, playing wolf back there.
Alright, so do we play Witchers, or do we play the... We gotta play Witchers before we discard anything,
Yeah,
right?
you've got to just not to draw the other ones, right?
Right.
So let's go with Witchers and keep using your leaders. I don't see any reason to not do that. Use it on the wolf pack. Just yeah, this way you're eating more things and you make him think like maybe you have Svanrig, maybe you have the Wild Boar of the Sea. It's always about mind games.
Right.
I just love doing that. Just he's so unsure about everything.
Yeah, with Crack,
Now
there's
he's
so
scared.
many different things. You could be playing Regis, you could be playing Wild Boar to Sea. It's just like there's so many things you can line up.
Totally. And the fact you're playing all on the melee row makes it also think like you're playing some own, right?
Gimpy.
I don't know if he wanted to do that. Maybe he thought that would hit the 3
Witchers.
Witchers, but that's not actually the case. So you could obviously go for the Scald there, but actually if you use Birna, you're getting 1 point ahead of him and he cannot pass anymore. And that's pretty good because he's, I mean, he has this Witcher at 8.
Alright, so we're playing Burn On melee?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
Again, make him think you have something better than your real hand.
So
And then it's Morvag, Marauder, I wanna say. It's not the best discard hand ever, but
yeah.
I mean, you will have to use a dead Deran or have a Skirmisher back in your deck if you're using the Skull now. So you kind of don't want to use the Skull now. That's getting a bit more complicated.
Straya Spalla, huh?
Even though it's pretty much giving you the Skull.
So what do we
I
going with
mean,
here?
you can use the Skull on the Bomb Heaver and just ping with your leader. I guess you could be more aggressive than that too. Just play. I mean,
Don't you?
no, let's go. Let's be greedy. You have to.
Darren.
Greed is good. Look, there is Darren. Greed is good. Greed is life. Anyone you want, that doesn't change anything there.
I'm trying to make him think I got Regis. There's the trap.
Oh, finally, yeah. That's why he moved in.
So we put,
If you kill it with Kyber next, you're basically sure to have to be 1 card up. The question is, do you actually want that? And there is another play that is Harald on the front and put every single of your skulls in the back.
so that his ping is gonna harm him.
Yeah, he's gonna kill his own units.
So we want to play Herald?
Yeah, no, go with Chironex. I mean, this is the gimmicky play, this is the fun play, but if you're here to win, just hit with the Chironex. And now he's 5 points behind, you have 3 good cards in your hand and a shitty Deran, but he will not get out of this round without playing at least his Anselt. Because Northern Realm doesn't have...
There it is.
Yeah, there we go. I mean, they don't have so many power plays, you know, they don't have so many tempos. So if they are that out-tempoed in the first round, they cannot really come back. Actually, that's a perfect hand. I would say don't move anything of that, just because that's exactly what you wanna have. You will bleed him, and so just take the day run. Use the day run immediately. It's gonna be bad, obviously. The thing is, with this you're gonna have the perfect hand, so you can take out the Savage Bear, the Pirate Captain, and the Skirmisher, because you don't have 2 discards anymore. That's perfect.
Yeah, I was gonna say pretty much everything in the. I mean, these are all great.
Yeah, and you're gonna draw them. I mean, there is no more cards in your deck, so you will have to draw them no matter what.
So we can kill that with the bear, right?
I would say this time play Harald up the front and just let it kill himself.
Just let him kill himself.
That's
I
pretty
forgot
much what it is, right?
I forgot the ping. Shoot.
Oh, that happens. That's actually not that much of a problem, because yeah, you can kill the veteran, the Revenant now. If the thing, yeah, you see, man, you're such a mastermind. You saw it coming. Really, great, buddy. Great, keep it going.
Just killed it with the bear.
No, again, you've got Harald on the board, so just hit one of your skulls. It's gonna damage him to 2, and now play your skull at the front row, obviously. You don't really wanna.
Listen well.
Oh, we're gonna go through the whole list, huh?
Not getting in the way of reality.
Yeah, that's it. That's the strength of the list. You've got 0 card back in your deck. That's a total thinning. And there we go. He had some bullshit. I just knew he had them. I just knew that was coming. And now, buddy, you're passing, because now you're 1 card up, and he has to do 8 points in 1 card. That's not easily done.
He said he had some bullshit.
Man,
there
at the
it
very
is.
second
Some
I
bullshit.
saw this Ragnarok, I was like, okay, I just knew he was gonna try to bamboozle us. That's how you've gotta play against like those kind of deck, because people just think if they put good cards with no synergy in the deck, they're gonna win. And that's actually not true.
Right.
If you're putting good cards without any synergy in the deck, you're gonna lose. That's it. So yeah, a Ragnarok is not such a bad card, but in Francesca, things like this,
he's in
he's
bad
2
shape.
cards down.
This is one of those like just sit back and relax, dude.
You see, that was the perfect pass, and that's why I told you to use Harald, just because. Oh my god. That's sad. That's 11 provision. You just used 21 provision to do 7 points.
Alright, so we got our whole deck.
Yeah.
I mean, is there any way that he could possibly win 2 cards down?
Not with not being 2 cards down. Oh my god. The Marauder. Oh, he's getting the second one. Oh, wait.
So we still play our Marauder, right?
Yeah, obviously. We still
Or do we just kill it with the bear? Can he spawn?
I mean, the second one still has the order, right? That doesn't change anything.
Well, can he use that scout, the blue scout, to make another one?
Yeah, he can use it, but the boss have the order, mate.
Oh, okay.
You see it's in red because he doesn't have it in his deck, but the boss active.
Right.
So yeah, just go for the Marauder and try to set them up at 4. Oh my god, don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Oh my god, he's so talented. Oh my god. Burn it down. Burn it. This commander's on fire.
Holy shit. Oh, dude.
Oh, I feel bad for burning this fully long flag. Oh my god.
Oh, dude. That's where we call it for today. Ultraman, great list. Tons of fun recording with you. Where can everybody find you? on Twitch and YouTube and all that. I'll put it in the comments, but I just like everybody to get there.
Well, they can go to Ultraman1996, that's my Twitch account, and Ultraman CCG on YouTube. Both the channel are in French though, so I hope you were good during your lectures. That might actually be more challenging than the Gwent part.
Right. I mean, when you're watching a stream, most people watch it just to, like, you know, learn. And I mean, granted, yeah, it's nice to know what people are saying, but even still, I mean, the cards have pictures on them, so I mean, you could still watch and understand what's going on. CCGs are the universal language. But
Scosh is the universal language.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ultraman, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it, man. Good luck to you in the Open. I hope you take it home, buddy. I hope you take it home.
Thank you, man.
That's the video for today, guys. Like always, thank you for watching. Coming soon, faction chat. Will you be part of the faction chat for TLG?
I think so, but I cannot say which one.
Yeah, well, I mean, still, it's coming here pretty soon on the Team Leviathan Gaming Twitch, and then their website should be up pretty soon, teamleviathangaming.com. Definitely checking out. My content will be on there. Other people's are going to have articles and whatnot, so it's going to be a good hub for a lot of information. So definitely check that out when it comes out. But that's the video, guys. We'll see you next Monday for another